School story. Alright, I forgot to make this video yesterday. Don't worry. It was so let me talk about Monday. In the morning. Oh wait, there's other things I forgot to mention last week. Okay, so apparently there was this girl that she was holding in a pizza or something that until it got dropped, and then someone she was like, "Oh no," should you put the pizza in the away? I'm like, "Can I have those sweets pizza?" So yeah. And my friend Darrell came back. I remember my friend Darrell. Okay, so I in the start of my 10th grade. Um, so apparently he was like, "Oh, like I'm not gonna come back to the school anymore." So yeah, until that was a lie until he came back again, and I say hi to him. And another thing is we always hang out a lot. So yeah, we always talk to each other. And during the morning, I was just playing games and everything. And first periods, I was just doing my work, working on my story and everything. And yeah, just playing some Rubik's Cube. So yeah. Oh yeah. During second period, I was doing we're doing run things and everything. So yeah. It was fun. And during third period, I was just doing my test. It was you have to scribble the letters, and it was okay. So the story called Unnatural and Endorial or I forgot. It started with an A or something like that. But still, I I is that like my parents don't even know about the story. I was like, or I'm like I'm done. Like I don't know I'm going to do this. So I was praying for God to like, please Lord, like, just let me try my best doing this quiz, and then I wish I try my best. I did finish it, but I just try my best as possible as I can. Like, even though like not all family knows about you know like everything. Like my family don't know about my new generation. Like they don't know about my math or my English. So yeah, and it's pretty hard for me, and I just sometimes I have a hard time doing that. It's very stressful sometimes because it's like your family don't know about everything. My sister don't know other stuff, but when they change up every time, it's like it's like everything. It's very stressful to be honest. And yeah, at least I try my best. I do my research. I do everything as I can. I try my best as much as I can. Of how much is hard of doing this work. It's like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. Yes, you can. You can do this. Even though nobody know what you're doing, you still need to try your best as much as you can. The more you study, the more you learn. But even though your family don't know, that's okay. You could do your research and everything. And sometimes it could be hard when you find it, but don't give up, because when you dig in a hole, and then when you give up, like, I can't do this, I can't find the answer. You're so close getting that diamond, and that diamond is the answer for you to learn. And when you get to that diamond, you'll finally got your answer. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's how that always happened to me. Like, I can't do this. I can't complete this work. I asked AI. I asked Google to give me an answer, and nothing come out. And then it took me a while to find it. So yeah, it's like working my story. I can't do this by describing what they're doing or what they're trying to say, and then I finally found it. Now, everything is not easy, but the the more you search, the more the more you search, you will find it. I know that you will. So yeah. During fourth period, I was just doing my work, just working, continuing working on HTML, but it was kind of stressful. So yeah, yeah. And during lunch, I didn't want to like those girls, but I was inside the lunch with my friend Calvin. So yeah, and during um during fifth period, I was doing works, and I saw this Rubik Cube, this guy right here. He's a smart guy, I like him. He's a cool guy, but he's just the chill person, and he don't really that smile, and he's just all chill. He just focus. He just sometimes he hide his emotion. Sometimes he just like that. That's his part of his personality. He tell me like when he look at the cubes, he's like, like, can I scrub it for you? I like, yeah, sure. I looking at the cube to copy his move, and he told me like, do not look. I like, okay, and then he scrubbed for me. I'm like, okay. And I try and solve it, but until I cheated, I used my phone to solve the cube. And during sixth period, we're doing works, we're learning and everything. It was fun. Learning some other stuff. And seventh period, a lot of students didn't come out that day, but at least we're learning about whales. We're learning about whales, tells, like describe the picture to locate where they're at, like by putting the line where their travel of north and the south. So yeah. So like when you take a picture, you like like AI nowadays, people think, oh, AI is bad. Well, now all the time. Because just today, okay, we'll get to that later, but yeah. So after that, on Tuesday, which is today, of recording this video, um, during the morning, I was just showing funny video to my friend Alakai, and then oh shoot, during first period, I was doing my work, and something happened. That same guy who's he's a fine person who's very smart. Yeah, though some group of boys were messing around, and he was sick and tired of it. He can't take it no more. He's like I was just trying to like he say something when he was yelling. He was not happy because he cannot take it no more with those students. He's like he's like I can't take this anymore. It's like he's like yelling at them, because he was bartering. They're bartering him. So yeah, I don't know what he's saying, but it was I think, well, it was pretty hard when he was saying, but he was like I goes and like he say like aggressive word to them. I'm like, damn, what the heck? And then some boys are like telling like, oh, he look at this fat boy right here, and he look at them like this. He wasn't. He just like look at them with a stare of with a glare. He don't reveal his emotion. That's his emotion IQ. And I like that, because when people like say something to you, you keep your emotion. You're just like you could feel it, but you don't show it to them. So yeah, you just all chill. You just keep your emotion like that. You know how to keep his emotion. And yeah, I mean, my teacher liked that. When he was trying to help her. And those boys got in trouble, which is good. I that's good. They got in trouble. So that's what they get. And during uh second period, we're during working out, and yeah, we're doing like this and that. I was like, ah, I was screaming. And after we're finished, I was saying to them like this, like, I goon. on a spider last night, and then I say some weird noise. I do like this. Eh, eh, oh my gosh, oh my god. They're like, what the heck is this kid doing? And I tell everyone like, everyone, who want to join me at the mall or going to Olive Garden tomorrow? But nobody listened to me. So yeah, I'm like, oh well. Anyway, who? And then we dressed out during third period. This was different because my English teacher was there, but they were talking about college, our feature, our GPA, and we just print our grades. And the teacher told me, "Do you finish your story?" No, I haven't. If you're wondering, like, am I almost done? Yes, I am almost done, but there's scenes that I have to fix. I mean, scenes that I have to put some more detail about, like, what's going on. And because I feel like the pacing, I mean, the practicing, I know the pacing is quick, but when he's like when the character like Susensu, when he finished his practice, he did perfect in the end, but that's just a beginning, because sometimes it's not gonna be like easy. You're not gonna do it all perfect because all day he sometimes fail, but he sometimes get it perfect, because the more he learned, the more he's he's getting it. So yeah, it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be keeping like doing the same thing. Yeah. And um and another thing is that, like, of showing how his okay, I'm not gonna say spoilers, so yeah. But still, you were wondering, am I gonna work on chapter 2? Yes, I'm planning to work on it like this year or next year. So yeah, I know this story was very long to work on, guys. I tried my hard work to make the story great or good writing, for you guys. I tried to make a good story for you, everyone. I know, like, you know things are very hard, but at least I still try my best, trying to make a good character, like a good protagonist who is very a kind person, and a main villain who is a ruthless guy who seek for revenge to kill Susenso parents for what they done to him, even though he wanted to take over the world. So yeah, I mean the plot is about, like, Akuma, like he's like, he trying to take over Japan, and she says he met a new partner named Sakura. So yeah, and yeah, and that's what the plot is about. But they working together as a team, to stop Akuma. All right, back to the thing, to the topic. While we're learning it about the GPA, and after that, I went to fourth period. We're doing works, and everything, typing things. So yeah, the frick, I'm making that smile. And another thing is like after that, I hang out with those girls. We're talking to each other, and after that, I went to fifth period. We're continuing doing the work of yesterday. I mean, it was pretty hard, but at least I tried my best. But I'm almost done. Don't worry, I'm almost done. I almost done. So yeah. Anyway, who during sixth period, this thing is so stupid. Somebody say 6 7, 6 7. Somebody say 6 7, because the page say 6 to 7 pages. I'm like, shut up with that noise. Shut up. No, no, no. That thing is not gonna happen. And um and while we're like learning and everything, we're like, okay. And So yeah, and I completed the homework. Don't worry, I completed the homework. And another thing is after that, we continue learning about the whale. All right, back to the AI thing. So when we were watching the video, so like when they're using AI, this is a good thing. So when they took a picture, they could tell the location where they took it at, and they could describe, like by putting this and that, by putting the separate location, and they could, and the people could put the lines, of the same whale tail, and they could connect to where they're going, of the different dates of years of a location, and that's awesome, because I did not even know AI could do that. Like, oh, I know where you took this picture at. You took a picture right there, and then the year took place at this, and then somehow they could connect the line of where they're going of the well, which is pretty cool, to be honest. Not gonna lie, and I like how they do that. Anyway, back to the thing is we're continuing doing work of the well. So yeah, and we're doing question. But I couldn't finish it. But I'll work on it tomorrow. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. So see you on Wednesday. School story. All right. I forgot to mention this yesterday, but I know the hair because I hate that hair part. Um. All right. So on Wednesday, yesterday I was at my dad. I was just at Olive Garden yesterday, but at school in the morning I was showing some funny uh things, and I remember okay, so I was texting my I was showing my friends like, hey, it's my dad's birthday, and then somehow I was like, here we go, like while I was like texting, and everything, I freaking I sent my dad a, a photo of a black man kissing, and he did not like that. He always hate that photo a lot. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" But he's like, "Thanks." And I tell all my classmates to go to my sister's workplace. So yeah. And during the first period, I was just doing my work, doing some schoolwork. So yeah, I hate that hair part. Um, yeah, everything was fine, and um, and second period we're doing PE stuff. And my PE teacher was like scramble the cube, something like that, and somehow he was like, if you saw that, we'll do like a different PE. I was like okay, 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 I'll do it, and that never happened, unfortunately, and somehow we were just doing the slow pace, so the walk pace, and somehow during during oh yeah, third period we're doing works. We're listening to this music and writing about it. So okay, so while I was listening to the song, his name is Josh or something like that. He's like a police officer, and then somehow he's brother named Frank, and throughout the story he's like his partner. He's like they're like friend and something like that. But until close to the end of the story is that he saw a kid head bleeding, and then a little girl crying, and then he noticed someone said it was Frank, and he followed Frank. So while he's chasing Frank, he noticed that he saw the sign say that Canada find Miles, and he watched his brother, uh, the, a car, the lights faked away, and he just let him go. I'm like, uh, uh. There's his first question. Tell me like, did he did the right thing? I say no, he did not, because he did something horrible. So like he did something bad. Like he just hit that kid, and then and just drove away from his crimes, and then he just let him go and noticed it so long. Like, uh, uh, look, like it's kind of hard when people been like do that, you know. Sometimes it's like why they do that, like, you know. Well, if I was him, if I was Joe's, I always try to stop him and stop him to the sidewalk, you know, like, and then like, you know, block his car away, you know, like I drove a while, like, let's say this is a car and this is me, like that's Joe's, and then I would just stop Joe's, and then somehow I was like, well, like tell him, and I would just like knock to the window or something like that, and then tell Joe, tell Frank, like hey, like why you did this, you know, like why you did that, like, you know, I was just like, you know, put his hand arrest, you know, and just ask him question, you know, like why he did it, and somehow like why you do it or something like that, you know, like I may never know because somehow he was like a bad blood or something. But that's what it was. The song was talking about. So yeah, I would just ask him questions like why he did it, you know. And then after he answered all those questions and being honest, yeah, I would just like, you know, I won't just let him go, but I would just take him to the to the jail for the moment, you know. So yeah, until he go back to normal. I may never know if he was like drunk or something like that. And during fourth period, we're doing works, you know, and somehow after that, I was inside the class of my fourth period because we were making a Mexican. Uh, I thought the Goku of Mexican version. It was fun. And fifth period, we're just doing a new work. I finished the other work. It was fun, you know, something like that, and I was just having fun and everything. And plus, at the end of the fifth period, I can't believe freaking Andy say, "Oh, Battlefield 6 sucks. That the Call of Duty does look good." I'm like, "No, it's not, Andy. No, it's not. It did not look good. The new one, the Call of Duty Black Ops 7, did not look so good. It looked like when I watched the trailer, it looked so bad. Like this guy right here, the same guy I was talking about. Yeah, when you just hear that, he say, "How dare you just say that? How dare you?" And he say, "It did not suck. No, it did not suck." I'm like, "True." He's telling me facts, but I just want him to calm down because he was putting his aggressive word to Andy. I'm like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey," you know. Never have an opinion, but still, his opinion will kind of irritates me because when you just say Call of Duty is way better than Battlefield, that kind of boil my blood because I'm like I can feel it. Like I don't know if he's being for real or not, but he don't really like Battlefield. He only loves Call of Duty. Well, remember Call of Duty was making fun of Fortnite because of the collab? Yeah, yeah. They spoke too soon. Um, I wish they never say that, but still. It's so stupid. It's I can't believe he just say that. And during math, we're doing math work and other stuff. And everything was fine, you know, like just having fun, you know. And during seventh period, um, during seventh period is uh, uh, is that like we're like we're doing science stuff, we're doing graphs and everything, you know, and the population, but my teacher wasn't there because I remember she told me yesterday that, I mean on Monday that, oh, so they're gonna go to like all the science teacher from all the high school in my town are going to do the meeting of their showing the project. So yeah, I hope she did well yesterday. So yeah, I'll talk about today or what happened today. So bye. School story. Yeah, I forgot to make this and during the weekend. Okay, so this yo, as I'm recording, this is Monday. If you're wondering, so yeah. So what was Thursday and Friday for you, AJ? So on Thursday in the morning, I didn't hang out with my friends, but and Alakai found me and we're discussing about David, about the song because I remember that during Wednesday, that night, me and my parents, my sister, were watching all David's song and holy guacamole. It was showing the foreshadowing for real. Plus, ignore the hair. I always hate this hair part. Um. Oh yeah. Another thing is that when you like uh when you notice that his song is showing something interesting and you're not you're you're shocked at what you just saw, and me and my and Alex, I would remove his song from our playlist song because we don't want to listen to his song no more. So yeah, the Invisible song was so good. Now I don't want to listen no more because I could tell that this shit is telling us foreshadowing. So, yeah. Anyway, who and study skills, I was just continuing doing my work. So yeah, I finished all my work during this weekend. I forgot to work on my story. Look, I know the story is pretty long, on that. So yeah, trying to make this good. Trying to make this story be great or good. So to you guys. And during second period, while I was dressing out, I saw someone accidentally pull out their pants and you know their thing, and then I saw their peach, something like that. I was like, okay, so I would have expected that, but ignore that anyway. Um, somehow during PE, we went inside the gym. We're doing working out and everything. So yeah, I was screaming ah during second during third period. We're just doing Antigen, something like that. Yeah, so we're doing that thing, and then somehow uh we're doing disagree or agree. So my teacher chose me on a disagree, and there's other person that agree on Indonesia COVID-19. If you're wondering, what did I just say? Well, I say that okay, so basically it was to talk about okay, let me summarize it. Basically, it talked about this guy was going through vacation until the Indonesia noticed him. He was coughing a lot, and then they put him in jail. And then a few days later, they noticed that he don't have COVID-19 and free him, even though that ruined his vacation. I disagree that they didn't do the right thing to do that because bro, you should have just tested him first. At least after you put him in prison, you can at least test him and you will notice that he's not sick the whole time. You're like, okay, you're free now. But no, they did not. It took them a while to notice that he don't have COVID-19, and that ruined his vacation. If that happened to me, I'll be pissed. So yeah. Anyway, um, during that, we're doing this paperwork. It was always so long. It had tank again. Look, it was so hard. I don't even know. I kind of know the story. Is that at tank again? I think that there is one part I like that he buried her brother to honor her family and the God. Oh, there's a lot, but still, it's pretty hard that my family don't even know about some news stories. It's so difficult because I had to do my research. I had to do this and that. It's very difficult for me. I can't lie. It's very difficult. life is tough, everyone. Life is tough. You think life will be easy? No, it's not. It was. It will always be tough. But hey, at least as long as we live, as long as we doing the hard work, the more the more we learn, the more it gets easier. Everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. Not everything is easy in this life. My life is not easy, or my family or friends. I mean, my friends are okay, but sometimes they be stressful because of their personality. My family too. I mean, I'm not saying my family is bad, but I'm just having a hard time with starting with them. So yeah, back into the thing. During fourth period, I just continued doing the computer work, and everything was fine. The substitute teacher was there, but I was mad because I there was a stupid question until I completed like in Friday. And during lunch, I hang out with those girls. I was just having fun with them. So yeah, everything was alright. And history, we continuing doing work. I was been acting goofy in class, but yeah. But still, I was just having fun. But at least I finished the history work yesterday. And and during sixth period, we're doing math stuff. Everything was okay, I think. I was just like, just having fun and something like that. And during seventh period, I saw my best friend Emmanuel look stressed because of work. I like, I was a bit worried. I was like, because Emmanuel personality always give me an worry thing because he's something to be shy and whenever he looks stressed out, he's something to get nervous. Because I know he's my best friend. So yeah. But still, during seventh period, yeah. So I'll talk about Friday. So yeah, I need to go now. But but there's science. Everything was alright. But the next day we were like talking about you know the rules because some teacher, some student were being rude to the substitute teacher on Wednesday. So yeah, even though the substitute teacher, my classmate wasn't even being rude, but some other period was. But, always be respectful to the substitute teacher. So yeah, just be careful what you're doing. So yeah, bye. All right, I'm back. I'm back with it. The Friday thing. But it's a normal hair. I just took a shower. Okay. And anywho, uh, in the morning, everything was fine. But I went inside the building. I was just talking to my study skills teacher, and I was just doing some other stuff, on my computer. I don't think I have work that time, but yeah. And during second period, when we went inside the gym, I was talking about some fictional character to PE teacher about strong, smart, and well written. So yeah, and other stuff like that. During third period, I was just doing my work, and well, it was a bit stressful because I didn't even know what's the story of Antikin. And I know sometimes I have a hard time to pay attention in class, but still, but the teacher tell me to write, but I just tell them that I don't know. My parents don't know about the story, so yeah. And I have an essay tomorrow, and you're probably watching this video like today, which is May. 2023, yeah, I have an essay. So, yeah. Wish me luck, everyone. Wish me luck. It's very hard. It's very hard. Not all family know everything's. Like, I know I was talking about that in the other clip, but still, what I mean about this is that we got to try our best. I know life is not it's not going to be easy, but still, as long as we learn, we know everything. So what we just I mean, it's like the more we learn, the more it's get easier for us, right? I mean, yeah, but always be new stuff. As long as developing of our life, as long as we have stuff to do. I mean, you saw the Wendy's video, yeah. Somehow, like, when you get to college, you really want to go to college because when you complete the essay, because you want to do a good work as much as you can, You're trying to improve your writing. And somehow, is that like, you know, what you say, like, is that when you go to college, you like learn what to do, if you want this job or something like that, like, and it took a while to learn. Yeah, after college, you go to another college, which is a difficult one. But hey, you need to learn what you're doing. So I know it's not going to be easy, but still, you're still going to try your best at what you're doing. And after you learn all this stuff, now what? Well, you have to pay tax, you have to get a job, you have to take care of yourself, and you have to make your own food. That's how your life gonna be of adult. You're gonna repeat over and over again. But when you get old, your life will be peaceful. Your conclusion will be end soon. So yeah, your life will be free. But I know you still have to continue paying tax and everything. But still, as long you live, like the more it will get interesting. So yeah, because we can't live forever. But we just have to live as much as we can, because there could be so, a cool feature for us. We will always have a conclusion. We can't stay forever. So yeah. During gaming tech, I was just continuing doing my work. Jeez Louise, I see some more students are kind of struggling to complete all those work, and yeah, I could tell why. Yeah, this thing is very hard. But hey, I'm trying. I was just saying, the more I learn, the more I it get easier. So yeah, but still, during lunch, I was just hanging out with those girls. We're playing like little games, of talking things or something like that. And um during it's fifth period, we're continuing doing the work. So yeah, I mean, it was just short. It was a minimum day, so yeah. But still, after that, I went to math. I was just doing some math work, but we had to study. And after that, during seventh period, I we swapped tables. We got new tables, and so I'm sitting next to my friend named Kevin, and somehow we like it, and we're doing computer stuff. Like, what would they change? Do you disagree or agree with this opinion or about like school rules or what they're doing? And yeah, we're just doing that. And then after that, we just went home. It was a short day. We got off like We got like I think it was one. Yeah, one verified. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you in week. Hold up. Just checking my phone. Um, I try my best. I try my best. It's taking me time. It's taking me time. Week 7. So yeah. All right. Bye.